wants to die for country. Oblige him.
Do you really think you have a chance against us, Mr. Cowboy?
Hell, I'd get you towed by 3 o'clock this afternoon with nail polish.
We have you for.
And as I was saying, Matt, you're the loveliest person I've ever met.
It's the Smoking Hot Nerds podcast.
Zero. And we're live. There it is. Woo! I tell you what, that was a close call. Because we almost
right on the money, though, buddy.
Almost did not have anything going. Waiting for Facebook here, though. It seems to be
it'll come.
Giving us some trouble bubbles. It's counting down from 55. So, all right, well, we'll see here.
Is that? Oh yeah, no, I've got YouTube going.
Oh yeah, YouTube's rolling. We'll wait and see if Facebook goes. In the meantime,
Do they do that when there's a new year coming? Like, and
5
minutes and 55 seconds. 5
Right.
minutes and 50. Oh.
Facebook, what are you doing to us? We'll wait and see. Because sometimes what do you call it? The settings get all wacky. I don't know why.
Oh yeah.
But also, Facebook gets real grumpy when you're not perfectly on time.
Yeah.
Which is interesting because
Facebook is for grandmas, and grandmas like to be punctual.
yeah, well, that's true. But I've seen the
I
Facebook
say that
movie.
out loud.
You did.
Is there a Facebook movie like the Emoji Movie?
Yeah.
Is that in the
Yeah.
garbage universe?
It's just the icons fighting with each other. The Instagram icon versus the Facebook icon. All right, we'll see here. Live 000. Oh, nope, it's not working. Facebook's not working. What the heck? I'm just gonna
Talk
tell.
to the hand. The Facebook just told you to talk to the hand.
I just got your picture was that this morning? How
Mate.
fast were those gone?
Within 10 minutes.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Hold on.
How do people know, man?
20.
How do
I
people...
don't know. I don't know how it works because I'm not going to buy a video game system ever. But
Yeah. So what we're looking at for the listener is Eric was, before we got started, was saying, fellas, just need to let you know I had a day. Like, yeah, that sucks, man. Tell us about it. And he's like, I'll just have to send you the picture of what I got this morning. Like,
well,
okay,
just,
so I'm anticipating like broken water main, or you show up and like half the registers have been cracked open.
yeah,
Something
I forgot to wear
something
pants
really bad.
again, and they go,
Yeah.
Eric, we need you to wear pants. I go, oh.
It's just a picture of his dong. Like, I don't need that. But I mean, it's just about the equivalent.
I put pixels over it.
He sent us a picture of a storage rack with about 20 PS5s, which means it was probably like Black Friday.
Wow.
The minute you open
out of the blue.
Yeah.
On a Thursday in March was Black Friday, and I was like, which granted, let me put it this way: I saw one PS5 in that place, like maybe a day before launch date back in November.
Yeah.
And I had 0 PS5s the whole time, and then all of a sudden, I like peek in the office. I'm like, oh.
They're all there.
That's starting this morning or tomorrow, because sometimes they get consoles and they sit and they're not available online till a day or two later. But this one,
that's just people like having it up, just like refreshing. That's insane, man.
on the day where we could have used 6 more people.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got Gladys running the register.
We have the
Still in training.
The one register person, because the other one called out, also had to help put out market items in the morning.
What does that mean?
So she's like trying to stock the milk, and then gets called up by the security
I
guy
see,
going,
I
"Can
see.
you come up?" Because
Oh,
she has
God.
to ring in someone, and she's not the swiftest person
Oh, that's great.
at all.
I love that.
And she had to move finally today, and she was not happy. Like, register people, they're usually a register because they don't move quickly.
Yeah.
I'm redoing.
Sorry, spoiler alert. Sorry, I don't need to be a-hole, but while I'm sprinting back and forth, up and down, they're going, "No, I'm grumpy," while standing in place.
It's all right.
Oh,
There's a lady when I worked at
I'd rather be me than them, for sure.
when I worked at Rite Aid, they had like the wall of makeup, and there's a lady whose sole job was to basically like refill and recycle the makeup. And I swear, because it was during college, so I didn't work every day.
And she was fixing the roof.
Well, no. So
Also
they
the
got
roofer.
those. They have those plastic totes that everything comes in, and she would sit on those while she was
Oh,
doing this. So on Monday, she'd be like on the right hand side, and then as I would kind of pop in throughout the week, she would just slowly be working her way down, and then next Monday she's right there. I swear that tote had just become her butt. Like, it was just molded around
it's like
her
a
butt.
snail. She just slowly
Yeah.
squeaks across and
Yeah.
just leaves a trail.
And it's you never saw her walking around she would always just like plop down on that tote, and it's like, I don't even know if there's stuff in there, because if there it is, it's dead by now. It's gone by now.
Whatever it is.
Whatever
it's
it is
gone.
Ma'am,
way
can I
past
ask you a
expiration
question?
date.
Ooh.
You
She
read the
was the
future in
s-
her slime.
She was like the sweetest lady, and had just one of those like perfect jobs where basically just every Monday when she started, she knew she was on the right hand side, and then just like worked her way down, and then
Oh,
on Monday,
man.
boop. And then,
Makeup aisles do suck. You know how much tiny crap there is that's
Oh.
a nuance in color variations?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow. What a nightmare.
that's not. It was like I said, sweet
There we
lady,
go.
but my gosh.
Yeah.
All right, finally got this figured out. All right, so we are officially live on the old Facebook. I'm gonna share this real quick.
Is it like 5 minutes behind, or is it
Yeah.
caught up?
It's a little behind. I'm not sure when it came live, but it was at some point in time. We're talking about the lady slime.
Let's
think.
put it this way. We all have mullets. That's how behind it is. Remember when all three of us had the bitchiness mullets?
We just decided to let it go. Grow it out.
Like, we're gonna do James Bond Day, but with mullets.
That was funny.
Find out why Eric
Would have been
had
Tango and Cash Day.
a day. There we go.
I need to watch Tango and Cash.
No one's ever
And
said
I
that.
also what?
No one's ever said that.
Yeah, I don't know.
First time.
But Nico has.
Yeah.
Oh, multiple times. Oh man,
Yeah.
Kurt Russell and Sylvester
Russell.
Stallone.
And Stallone, right? That
Yeah.
sounds pretty great.
Oh, I was thinking Turner and Hooch.
Yeah.
Different movie.
Well, those came out right on top of each other.
Right on
That
top
was
of each
like
other,
the,
yeah.
Armageddon,
Yeah.
the other one.
So wait,
Deep Impact.
Was
Is
Tom
that actually
Hanks,
what it was
Double
called?
Impact.
Yeah.
was Tom Hanks Tango or Cash in your mix-up there?
Tom Hanks was Tango because Tango
Was
and
Hooch.
Turner start with T's.
So
Oh,
Stallone
And
was
Tom Hanks as Hooch. It's just Tom Hanks with dog ears and a stupid, like, costume nose.
He's on a Snapchat filter.
Oh, wow. I don't know. I'm trying. Why would young Tom Hanks play a dog?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, God, that guy is kind of Kermit. He's real life Kermit.
The
right?
American Kermit.
I think I nailed
The
it
American.
when I made
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Kermit Tom Hanks.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
for sure.
I don't want to brag.
Yeah. Do you get so what we're talking about? Eric did a thing for Boston's whatever you call it, where they have to like recreate a movie, but they are each given scenes and they can recreate it. And so this year it was Castaway. Oh, you can see little Kermit if you're watching. You can see
Yeah.
Kermit back there.
Part
So
of
he
my
did it as
crew.
Muppets. But so do you get awards for that or anything? Is anyone?
Oh
like-
no, you get nothing. And the funny thing is, this year, it just disappeared.
Mhm.
You get copyright
has
strike on
moved
YouTube.
on
So you
it.
get
Yeah.
Oh no, not for me. I mean for the project, the whole project of like all these scenes being made by other people and put together. There hasn't been another word about it. And I keep going,
Wow.
I should text the guy. Then I go, there was the pandemic. He might not exist there anymore.
He might
I
not
don't
exist
know.
at all.
I don't even know if the place still exists.
Yeah. It seems like a lot of work for
Video.
nothing.
It's rough. They need a lot of funding, those places.
yeah.
Because they don't make money. They're a public resource. They're wonderful. But woof, during a pandemic,
It's a rough time to be a not-for-profit. There's a lot of people putting their money in other places. So it was quite a day. Oh, I need to just see this picture of your, whoa. So are you guys not told that you're gonna get 20 PS5s all of a sudden, and it's gonna be a terrible day? Is that just not a thing?
If it wasn't just my swift morning job, maybe I would have heard about it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I feel like, or is that Target even told?
Well,
because you would think that that's something
so
that
best case is a manager has to open an app and look at what's on the truck and go, which is what they were doing hardcore with toilet paper. Right? When I first started during the lockdown, they're going, are there paper products? Is there going to be alcohol? Is there going to be sanitizer?
Sure.
So that's the only way. It's just a manager coming in the morning going, bloop, bloop, bloop. Oh,
Right.
That's going to be on one of the trucks, I guess.
Yikes. That's crazy, man.
Chaos.
So my brother Luke got a PS5. I don't remember how he got his hands on one, but I know people who just like are acting like it is toilet paper in the pandemic. Right.
I didn't want to say it, but he had to kill a guy.
Yeah, well, you got to do what you got to do. Get that sweet
We had
Blu-ray
20
player.
murders right outside of our store.
Yeah, right outside.
But I was literally, when I was taking that thing from the back room, they call them U-boats, this wheelie cart.
Yep.
And I had 20 PS5s, which had never seen light of day in that store. And I'm just like, I'm glad it's morning. No one's seeing me.
Yeah, I'm about to get shanked.
If I was walking down the street with these.
Do you have to put them in a locked up area, like a cage of some sort? I mean, you can't just let those things sit on the counter.
Yeah, no, we have dedicated places.
Secure display, yeah.
It was the
Doctor Strange shows up and he puts them in some weird realm.
locked up.
Which is annoying because he never answers his walkie.
Yeah.
But hey, Doctor Strange, come in. Doctor Strange, we don't know where you put those PS5s.
He's like, I'm sorry, I didn't have my earpiece in. It's okay, Doctor Strange.
Yeah, there's other douchey little Bluetooth.
It's hard to remember he was a doctor.
Yeah, Doctor Strange needs a douchey Bluetooth.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Cosmic Bluetooth.
Right.
The cosmic Bluetooth.
The ear of Dusha Memnon.
And they just needs to do this to people all the time.
He
And
thinks
they could just be like, God, I have to deal with this guy, but
just like
I wish I didn't.
everyone thinks that he's talking to them. Yeah.
And then he does this. He puts up both fingers,
Two fingers.
and then waves thing into the midair and jumps through it and disappears, and the person's just like, how long's this gonna be? Great.
Right.
Always doing this. Oh man, Taika Waititi needs to direct one of these. Anyways, okay, here, let's go. We are starting.
Starting now.
We started.
Sorry for the last 15, 18 minutes, folks.
I want to keep going down the Doctor Strange rabbit hole. It sounds fun. Well,
I'm coming up on Doctor Strange on my my Marvel rewatch.
Oh, are you guys doing it?
We're slowly
I'm doing
working our way back through it.
Yeah.
You guys doing
I'm
it?
doing it.
More or less.
Yeah. Because
Yeah,
I only say that because Sarah and I have sort of like unofficially, she hasn't seen all of them. I've not seen all of them honestly, but we did Iron Man and Iron Man 2 so far, and that's it. But we're gonna skip Guardians of the Galaxy because they can eat a big old you know what.
Does she feel the same way though? Are you depriving her of her Guardian?
I'm gonna fill her in. It'll be fine. And yeah, and then
there's some tree grabs a thing and everyone goes, yay, at the end.
And then at the end, the tree
there's
gets
a bunch
small. And he's cute. And every time he shows up, everyone goes, oh. And there's a mean raccoon. He's real angry. So the only reason you need Guardians of the Galaxy is for Ragnarok. Or no, when did they show up? And which movie is it where Thor is in their little
Infinity War.
Okay, so there you go.
But
so I'll explain everything up to that.
You need Guardians for one of the Infinity Stones.
Yeah,
actually
kinda.
for like 2 or 3 of the Infinity Stones.
You need it for space.
Yeah.
Right,
sure.
all the space stuff
Which
requires Guardians.
Thanos comes from that place.
Yeah. But we're not. But so if you go into the list, which I did, and there's like Google lists, and there's like watch them in chronological or watch them in the order. that they would be in the universe. Obviously, you don't
Did
want
you
to do
watch Dr. Marvel #2?
Yeah.
What's her name?
that. Captain Marvel?
Yeah,
Haven't watched that one yet.
Captain Marvels.
But no, we're
the
doing it
second
in
movie.
order of release because that's more cinematic
Yeah,
to me and
same,
more
same.
interesting and fun.
Well, yeah.
But then what about... So the thing is, like, the Hulk came out in there.
First, last,
The-
second from last.
Right? Yeah.
Oh, just work your way to the middle.
And then and at Thor 2.
And then you end in Dark World. That's the last one. Which we'll probably skip Dark World too,
Pinnacle.
because I don't think that's a necessary watch.
Yeah, that one you
all.
can give her the cliff notes.
Yeah,
Right?
I think so.
Yeah.
I mean,
Ether.
it's the ether. That's
No one cares
really
about
the
the ether.
takeaway from it is the ether,
Yeah.
because
Reality?
well,
Yeah,
Loki
it's the
dies. I mean,
reality.
Loki dies.
Oh, yeah, maybe it's a good idea. So the reason that we started it, though, the only reason is that we watched Iron Man like weeks ago, just because I was like, I haven't watched Iron Man in a long time, and it's such a good movie.
It's very watchable.
Very watchable, and also interesting because it's basically like pre-iPhone, so which is super interesting to watch. And then Iron Man 2 is 2010, so Tony Stark has his little like iPhone thing that's got the clear screen that he goofs around with in both movies, but people still have flip phones in these movies. It's crazy, and it's like that. But in my brains, they don't seem like they were that long ago. But
It's like
they're
Hammer. What's his name?
yeah. Oh yeah. What's his name? Leslie Bibb's husband.
Yeah, Rockwell.
Sam Rockwell.
Yeah, Sam Rockwell. But so what I was
He
saying
makes that movie very rewatchable.
for sure. The reason that we were doing this is because we started WandaVision and watched episode 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
And I was just like, we got to go. People are loving it. Like, we got to push through. But episode 4 opens with when everybody's coming back from the snap. And she was like, what's going on? And I was like,
Oh.
pause.
Yeah.
All right, we got to watch like 14 movies and then we'll come back to WandaVision.
I need you to free up about 36
yeah,
hours of time.
exactly. Yeah. So, because I told her what was going on, because she doesn't mind, like, the explanations and stuff, but I was like, this would be way more fun if we just watch them,
It's more
and
impactful.
Yeah, it's cute.
yeah,
Look
it is
at
pretty.
you.
It's pretty fun. So yeah, doing
Yeah.
that. But since we see each other right now, like every 2 weeks, because of our schedules are wacky, it's gonna take us 4 years. So we'll get there. It'll be fine, as long as it took the
They'll be
Marvel
on
universe.
to phase 5 by the time.
Yeah.
They'll be like,
right.
Now we have to watch how much more?
Yeah, only 70 movies. It's fine.
No.
That's not bad. I just finished. I finished quote unquote phase 2, so it finishes with Ant-Man.
Gotcha.
So I've got two of the
other
Avengers
phase
in.
2. Wow.
We're skipping Ant-Man too.
Oh, well, okay.
All of them?
Yeah, why not? They're just movies.
Well, I
They're
mean,
fine.
it's
I don't
it's
care.
how they solve it in the end. It's how they bring everyone back. It's
That's
how
true.
it's how
It is
Endgame
actually
works.
very pivotal.
Oh.
Because
yeah.
they expose the
Quantum.
quantum realm.
Yeah, you're right. Okay. It's just
You
because
don't have to do 2, probably.
you don't have to do Ant-Man or Wasp, right? Okay, we'll do the.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
you're
could
right.
Just go number 2 has Michelle Pfeiffer, and she's awesome. And next,
And a van with a portable quantum realm jumper. That's
Oh,
like
you're right.
true.
I forgot
Yeah,
about
watch
that. Gosh darn it.
It's
It's
as
just-
if they planned that they say you have to watch all of them.
Yeah.
How weird.
I just
brilliant.
I gotta like sell myself on Paul
The
Rudd
only ones you
being a
can
cat
skip
burglar.
are
Just
any
can't.
of the Incredible Hulks. You can skip all those.
Yeah.
Even
Yeah.
though.
But there
even
wasn't a
though
Ruffalo
the
one.
The one ties
Right, that's what
into,
I'm getting
Yeah.
to Iron Man. Yeah.
Right, the one with Ed Norton has Iron Man in the end, and it's the same general. So that's the only tie-in. They just dumped Norton.
Oh, it does? Really?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, I didn't know it was part of the
Yeah,
actual
they
MCU.
made- and then William Hurt plays the
The
cranky
general. Yeah.
The cranky general?
And then he
The
comes
one-
back
the-
in Civil War, and he's like, "Remember me? Now I'm the Secretary of Defense.
Oh.
I'm still cranky though." And you go, "Oh, God love you."
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Although it's interesting watching the two Iron Mans pretty close to each other within like a week or so.
The Iron Folk.
The Iron Folks, Iron Fellows, call him they, and it's interesting how they reveal Rhodey in there. It's interesting because they call him in court to depose him,
Oh.
and he
Yeah.
like walks in, and you just get like kind of the back silhouette, and you're like, that's not Terrence Howard. And then obviously,
Yeah, right.
Obviously, you know it's not because of the posters and all that stuff, even if you've seen it. But it's good. It's a nice way to just kind of go, meh, new guy.
How did Sarah remember that? Because I feel like
Yeah,
it'd be fun
yeah.
for someone who goes, wait a minute, what?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she remembered that.
Did she make a record screech sound when it happened?
Yeah. That's basically how. I said Rhodey is different. Can't you guys
Oh, I
translate
thought you were-
Donald Duck?
You were summoning a hell
blown
beast.
away that
Right.
they went from Terrence Howard to Donald Duck. I didn't expect that.
Right.
Well, that's another reason you got to watch Guardians is because Howard the Duck makes a cameo in the end.
Oh,
True.
yeah.
There is a Howard the Duck.
No, I'm
He's
not doing Guardians. They're terrible movies. Well,
there is Kurt Russell riding a space sperm.
that's true. That's true. There is, although the fact that Gamora and Thanos thing is kind of important.
Yeah.
You might have to bite the
And,
bullet once.
Nebula? Yes, Nebula.
Yeah. All right.
And the whole
Yeah,
sister
you just got to bite the bullet one time and watch it for Sarah's sake.
Yeah, maybe I'll think about it.
Hashtag for Sarah's sake.
Hashtag for Sarah's sake.
Well, let's do that. Yeah.
Yeah, let me type it in the YouTube chat. So it's
I made a for Sarah's sake.
Oh, I hope people hate us.
Well, we got
Donald
one
Duck
viewer.
voice.
We had 4 for like 2 seconds,
Had
and then they were just
four,
like,
and then Eric.
and then
Well, one was probably my mom listening for the first 30 seconds, and they went,
yeah, yeah.
that counts.
Our families are so wonderful because they want so badly to support us, and they're so generous and so
But
wonderful.
it's so hard
And then
for
they
them.
just listen for 2 minutes. They're like, we can't with these guys.
This is not my place.
Like, these
no,
aren't-
it's not for them.
Yeah, we're their kids still, but just
Yeah.
kind of idiots, you know.
Just kind of idiot.
Yeah.
Well, Nico, you're smart and all, but and you, Matt, you're smart too.
Thanks.
It's really just idiot.
Just dumb Eric. Oh, if we didn't have any followers, we still won't have any now. It's just how it is. But no,
So,
really
yeah,
do need
no,
to.
no movie this week because we there's really nothing coming out. So what came out on Hulu today was the movie I have not seen yet called Boss Level, which is the guy who plays Crossbones, who is part of Captain America's
Frank
strike
Grillo?
team. Yeah,
What is
He's
a
a-
crossbones?
that's
The
that's his name.
Grillo.
His name is Crossbones.
Is he in movies?
He's in Civil War.
Okay.
He's
Yeah.
one of the Shield like toughs.
That-
He's
that
in the
becomes
second
Hydra guy, yeah.
Captain America movie. He
Okay.
pops up.
Yep.
And then you learn he's a Hydra. And it's like,
Agent.
oh, he's a bad guy, and
Yeah.
then he becomes.
But it's
Crossbones and
about
blows up.
it's
Gotcha.
not 100% clear. Just the high level is this guy is being like hunted by like a mafia boss or something that is able to he can go back in time after he dies. So it's kind of like a
It's
like a
Groundhog Day.
grotesque Groundhog Day
Nice.
where like he gets killed every day because he's being hunted and he keeps training to try to not die every day basically. That's the 1,000,000-foot level
And it's
version of that movie.
starring the guy who was Crossbones. It's not
Yeah.
starring Crossbones.
It's got Mel Gibson in it too.
Yeah, Mel Gibson is allowed to be in movies.
yeah. He's in the Santa
Which
Claus
is why I
movie.
want to see it because I want to see how bad it is.
Michelle Yao,
Yep.
wow.
They got a couple names.
Grabbing some old folks.
Frankie Muniz, Malcolm in the Middle.
I didn't see that one. Yeah.
And Macaulay
so that-
Culkin.
And then we got Snyder Cut comes out in like 20 days, but
Oh, that's true.
As I said, if it's in 4:3, I'm not watching it.
I'll let you know how it is.
I'm not
If
doing
it has Superman in it, I don't know that I can make it.
You out? I'm out. I'm out.
Why
of
does
Superman.
Superman make you?
Because it's scary. No, just because he's guaranteed to be in it, meaning I won't watch it.
Why don't you want to watch Superman? What's the deal?
No, it has nothing to do with Superman. That's my joke. It's like
He was
well,
making the
Superman's in it,
joke. Yeah.
Oh,
because Superman's definitely in it.
right.
So I could have said Wonder Woman. It's anyone who knows it.
Oh.
Anyways,
Oh, I see.
this one has a long-haired Joker, Jared Leto,
Yeah.
with like a flak jacket on, looking. Oh man, this movie looks like such a disaster. I can't wait. I guess, but I can. I don't know how to think about it.
Yeah.
I think it has to be view party stuff.
Yeah,
right?
that could be fun.
I don't
Yeah.
know that anyone. Well, Nico, you might be able to enjoy it. You can
The only
find
way-
love in any. You can find joy in anything. and that's
Well, I
what
mean,
gives
I
the
liked.
credit to you.
I thought the first Justice League was okay. I
it's fine.
wasn't totally mad at it.
I was like, whatevs.
I liked it.
So it'll be. I am curious to see, how different, how tonally different it is. I know there's a lot of stuff that is definitely a different direction, like different bad guy. They have more stuff about the people individually, so there's more stuff about Cyborg and Flash. It goes into more of their story, so it's much less a Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman movie, and more of like the whole team kind of movie.
Because the League wasn't. Yeah, because unlike Marvel, you get all these people introduced in the team up movie. You go, oh, I don't know who this version of this character is.
Right,
Mhm.
right.
Okay, Cyborg has to present himself real quick.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
like I said, I'll watch it. I'll probably still like it, just as a different. I'll treat it like a different vehicle, even though I know the ending, right? You know what happens. So,
I can't remember. I'm gonna guess they win.
Would you
Yeah,
like
right.
Donald Duck to explain it to you?
Yes,
Oh,
I
boy. Hold on.
would. Yes, please.
Yes, please, Donald. So it would be kind of fun though if we were to put together like a watch party and we could watch it like
That's our
while
live
we're
stream,
streaming. Yeah,
we've
but
talked
then
about
people
it,
could chat,
like-
but we like be like, hey, everybody on this night we're all gonna watch the movie. You can get on the live stream and hear what we're saying, but then you can chat about it. That'd be interesting. I have to figure out a way to do that.
Everybody, prop your phone up on your bathroom sink and sit on the can because we're in for a long night.
For a long one.
Get the
Sure,
diaper.
bring in your Taco Bell. Let's
Oh
do
wait, is
this.
it like 4 hours long?
I think it's pretty long.
Is it a movie or a miniseries? I keep forgetting what they landed on
I don't know.
because it kept. Doing
I actually
this.
don't know the answer to that.
Yeah,
Because
right?
they were bouncing back and forth so much that I think because it
find
was
out.
supposed to come out like January 1st, and then they're like, nope, it's May.
Yeah.
Like, all right, and now it's middle of March. So I would assuming as much as they're bouncing it around, that it's probably a movie, because that's easier to move around like that than like a 4-part series.
Mhm. I think at this point, Ken Burns has also stepped in.
For the narration, so that we know
I
what
think
the heck's
he's
going
made
on.
it a 16-part,
Yeah.
But God,
5
Well,
hours.
the cut was
each
originally
part.
planned. Nope, it's gonna be one.
So it's the Snyder Cut plus a whole bunch of old Civil War fiddle.
right.
Nice.
And they're all talking to each other via letter. My dearest Superman,
Oh man.
the war has been tough.
lost my leg in the winter. Had to eat my toes
Man.
to survive.
Fighting Floghorn or whatever his name is has been rough.
Actually, that's great because that's why it's in 4:3 because it's a Ken Burns documentary on PBS in the 90s. There it is.
Solved it. Mystery
I
solved.
love it.
Oh my god.
And then the tall man said, "We're building an alliance." I didn't even know what an alliance was.
It is gonna make me laugh if we're watching
Ding
it. All of a sudden,
dong,
like
ding dong.
you can see it shift to the unfinished animatronic type stuff, where it's still got like people running around in green suits behind them, like a giant blue wall. Like,
Yeah, who
come
knows?
on, guys!
He's
That
gonna
would
do
be
anything
awesome.
with this.
Like, you had all this time.
I don't know, man.
I don't know. Watch it.
There's
But,
gonna be a lot more spikes on Floghorn. What's his name? Steppenwolf.
Steppenwolf.
Steppenwolf. There it is.
Yeah, his costume
Well-
is 100% different.
Yeah.
My
And
dearest
Apocalypse shows up, which is gonna be interesting.
and Dark Side.
Yeah.
Who killed Superman in the
Darkseid.
comic book?
I thought it was
Was it the
Darkseid.
Romans?
I thought it was Apocalypse. Was it Darkseid? The
Was it the
Romans.
Jews?
I think
Or was it,
That's
This is
the
one of those-
conversation. I think it was you.
Oh, I'm thinking of that song, "Who Killed Jesus." Never mind.
The
Go ahead.
the fact that your sins killed Jesus. You know this.
All right, I have to look up because I
We're in
do know I
confirmation
always get
together.
this
Know
backwards.
this.
Yeah.
Duh.
Right. But it was also your
That guy
sins that
up
rose
there,
him.
he's your fault.
Yeah.
Way to go.
My lights
to go,
keep on
Billy.
flashing. Way to go.
Oh, enjoy your 4th birthday, by the way. But Billy, remember,
But Billy.
you killed
Doomsday. Wait.
Doomsday. Yeah, that's who it was. It's
Yeah.
Doomsday.
Jesus. Yeah, he's the one who kills Superman.
Mm-hmm.
He broke his back
Yep.
by stepping on, of all things.
Which Doomsday
The
shows
sidewalk
up
crack.
in Justice. Or no, Doomsday shows up in Batman vs Superman. That's right.
He is. Doomsday's in the new one.
No.
Oh.
Doomsday was in the one before this, before
Yeah.
Justice League.
And he's
Which
the
is
one
why-
who killed him.
Which is, yes, exactly.
Yeah. Got it.
Yeah, and
See.
then what's his name? Lex Luthor. Lex Luthor got into the spaceship
Yep.
and had Admiral Thrawn's body. No Zorg. No.
Terrence-
Zod.
Zod.
He
There
had
you go. Yep.
Zod's
Zorg.
corpse.
Toy Story.
And was there a Doomsday mixed in there? Did he? Have
He
a
put
Doomsday
some of
corpse?
himself in it.
Oh, he cut his arm
Yep.
and dripped his.
He mixed the
annoying,
genes. Yeah.
weaselly blood in there, and said, "Make me a champion."
you say that? Was that really the
I
line?
wish. I don't
Oh.
think he did.
That would be
But
great.
that's how I'm gonna remember it
Oh,
Nice.
man.
with his annoying voice. Oh, that guy, Jesse Eisenberg.
You're not a fan?
Not of his voice,
Yeah.
and I don't love his face either.
Those are the two really kind of
that
like.
doesn't leave me.
Yeah.
With any option.
Otherwise, you're
I mean,
just like.
give me a wrist. I'm fine with his wrist, I guess.
But
I
his
don't know.
crotch is magical. But
yeah, give me his crotch all day. But,
but it's,
his face and his vocal cords.
yeah. So his humanity is what you can't stand.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I just don't like his soul.
Do you like
ability
him
to
more
breathe.
or less than Jeremy Strong? That's it.
Oh,
See? There you go.
man.
Those are two annoying voices and faces.
I feel like Eisenberg has popped up more for me, so I'll
Mm-hmm.
still say Eisenberg wins.
I think about it frequently when we talk about that episode that we talked about The Gentleman and said and Jeremy Strong was great, and you just go, ugh. That made me laugh so much because it was just like this random good
You do
actor that you
though.
just hate.
That's you with like where we're like Guardians of the Galaxy, and you're like,
Ugh.
ugh.
I think that I'm sure there's plenty of people who think those movies are awful, not just me.
And same with me with Marcus Smart, whatever his name is.
Yeah, right.
What's his name?
Jeremy
and
Strong.
Who's the other guy I was thinking of?
Mark Strong.
Mark Strong.
Mark Strong?
Was it Mark? I thought it was Jeremy.
Who's the guy? Jeremy Strong.
I might be messing with you.
Who's the guy I'm confusing that was in that Jaguar commercial with Loki? And they're like, British guys just sound.
Oh,
evil.
Jason
We're
Isaacs.
evil." No.
No?
Oh, I know Jason Isaacs.
Oh, is it Mark Strong? It's Mark Strong.
Mark Strong.
Yeah.
I'm conflating the
Yeah.
names.
Gotcha.
So who's the guy that's in The Gentleman?
He played the guy who's trying to buy the weed
Yeah,
dealership.
but what's his name?
That's Jeremy Strong.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking of Mark Strong.
You're thinking of Mark Strong, and you don't
Mark
like Mark
Strong.
Strong.
It was Sinestro.
And he was in
1917.
1917. He's in everything.
And he's in The Golden Circle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The,
Yeah, Mark Strong.
you don't like him?
And I hate. Let me write this down.
All
I need a
right.
pen.
Donald's gonna explain it to you.
How are there two British guys that look the same and their last name is Strong?
Well, I
and
don't
I'm
think-
supposed to figure
well-
out who's who.
I thought Jeremy Strong is American, but
Is
he's
he?
Mark
Oh.
Strong's son, but he was born here or something like that.
Related
right?
at least. Is that
You're
why
welcome.
I can't keep the two apart?
Let's find out.
That can't be right because Mark would have had to been like 14 when he had, because they're not that age different.
Kids in Britain, they get on it early. Oh, he's born in Boston to a bunch of people. Oh yeah, no, it's not. They're not related. They're not related at all.
Okay.
Yeah, but his name is Jeremy Strong. He was born in 1978. Oh, he's a year older than us.
Jer Bear.
That's crazy.
Huh.
Fascinating.
Jer Bear.
Joel Jerry Bear.
And he's
And then-
accomplished so much.
And then Mark Strong.
Accomplished so much hate from me
Yeah.
off of one role where he's supposed to be. He played exactly what he was supposed
He was
to play.
very successful because he
Yeah.
elicited the response required.
I
Yeah.
went, oh, just put that guy in a meat packing plant and get to work on him.
Yeah, we had the
really what
gentleman
happened.
pop up the other day when we were, like when we cook dinner and stuff like that. Sometimes we'll just throw the TV on for background noise and just. It was in the middle of the gentleman.
It's okay.
and-
You were watching The Bachelor. It's fine.
It's
you can admit it.
fine.
watching the
Just
batch.
say it.
And yeah, no, and that's a movie where
Catching the batch.
if you've never seen it, we're talking about The Gentleman. If you've never seen The Gentleman, you have to see it start to finish. But it's so good that you can just pick it up at any point and be totally fine.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine.
The
Yeah.
I haven't been able to watch anything this week, like at all. Because
Been
things have
busy,
been
busy?
absolutely nuts. It's just been so crazy. But like last weekend, so Sarah and I watched like Iron Man 2. We were able to squeeze that one in. But we also, so like in the mornings, her son's almost 6. So the stuff
Yeah.
that he watches can be pretty unbearable sometimes, but he's starting to like be okay with slightly more bearable kid stuff with like live action. So it's not so bad.
Oh, okay.
First Dune movie.
Yeah.
You're like, man, why we
Right,
got to watch
right.
Dune again?
Yeah, and Turner and Hooch. And so, but what's great is we're like, we can only figure out like watching like Food Network or something like that with him that will actually like keep his interest, but it won't
Yeah.
drive us crazy.
Work
If
for
we're like,
everyone.
yeah, kind of like in between whatever we're doing. So on like the Food Network
Teen
app or
Titans
whatever,
Go, man.
I grabbed,
Nice.
we had an episode of something called like the Easter basket challenge, and it was like a baking show challenge, but it was for Easter. It was like, they're really grasping at straws at this point. Guys, I loved it.
Oh,
It
have you
was-
never seen one of these?
No.
Yeah, the seasonal competitions, baking competitions.
pretty
They have
great.
them for everything.
The reason that it's so wonderful though is
Like
because
the Monday, Thursday cook-off,
Yeah,
bake-off.
yeah.
You're like, yeah.
there was 9 of them. There's 9 people, and 8 of them are terrible
Yeah.
bakers, and one of them
Well,
is
they
just
all are because
stellar.
they have to make a masterpiece in 5 minutes.
Yeah,
They're
yeah,
like,
exactly.
We're baking. They're like
Oh.
5 minutes.
It was so wonderful.
4:59,
Yeah.
4:58.
Yeah.
Because they do drawings, like sketches. The people don't do them. They just show you kind of like the concept of what they're doing. But then
Right.
it was almost like those. Remember those memes, the Pinterest memes? It was like the nailed it memes,
Yeah,
where
yeah,
it would
yeah.
show like something amazing and someone tried it and said nailed it. Every single person was a nailed it meme. It was so
these
wonderful.
fails.
Yeah, I can't wait for the next episode. I'm totally watching it.
Those shows are good because you know that they're not like they say we're gonna give you 4 hours after we give you
Yeah.
4 hours to figure out what you're gonna do.
Yeah.
Because there's
It's
no way
wonderful.
that they get this like, all right, so what I need you to make is, and they're gonna rattle off some crazy French pastry,
Mhm.
and then when they have to explain it to the audience, you know these people don't know it.
Yeah.
So they have to go figure out what that is, get the ingredients ready, then get their modification ready, and then start it. And then they get like 4 hours to do it. But
Yeah.
even then, there's always like the one in the group's like, I'm gonna try something totally different.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna make a cake. I'm gonna make a pudding. Like the challenge is a birthday cake, but you know, do what you want.
Right.
Well, but
We'll-
then they
we'll
always
enjoy not
do.
seeing you on the next episode. So
There
bye.
was one person in the group that always did something completely bonkers, where they would say, do that. Where they'd be like, "Well, they said a tart, but I'm gonna do it as a puff pastry, and then I'm gonna put dog crap in it." And you're just like, "What? What? Why would you do that?"
really I gotta stand out and show the
a
judges that I'm very
strange
different.
thing. Yeah, it was really funny.
They're like, is this dog crap? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can really, it really
Really
comes
came
through
through.
strong. I think if
yeah.
you put more cinnamon in, it maybe would have balanced it a little
I
bit.
do feel bad for those people sometimes
Yeah.
though, because it's the
Sorry, Judge.
Yeah,
the
sorry,
judging is always very, very objective,
Mm-hmm.
or was it subjective?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
like
It's
there's
very
there's
subjective,
sometimes
because
there's sometimes where it's like,
food.
right, we're gonna do like we'll stay on the like the holiday theme. So like the Christmas ones are really popular.
Yeah.
They're like, okay, so everyone, you need to make a vanilla cake that features a special flavor. That was a stupid little game where they figure out a flavor, and like somebody gets peppermint, and somebody gets chocolate, and somebody gets vanilla or whatever. And then they always throw in this like random like curveball, like, and by the way, you need to be able to put it on a tree. And there's
Yeah,
always one
yeah.
group that's like, they've got this giant display, and they're like, what?
But
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
And but then they'll go to judge it, and sometimes they'll be like, well, this looks amazing, and this is, this is the most professional looking thing ever, but it's supposed to taste like coffee, and there is zero coffee in
Yeah.
here. They're like, sorry.
great.
And then sometimes they'll get the situation, the exact same thing. We're like, this was supposed to taste like coffee, but it looks really great, so you get to move on. And then the person whose thing doesn't look perfect but tastes like peppermint, they're like, I'm sorry, you did not impress us.
actually
Stay,
is
stay consistent,
what it should
man.
be. Yeah.
That's the part that's the most frustrating. It's just like the inconsistency with the judging, because then they'll say something like, we want you to make it taste like peppercorn. Like, no one wants that. Nobody wants
corn taste like.
like it's pepper. It's just like black pepper. Like nobody wants a black pepper ice cream cone.
Mm-hmm.
And then they make that, and they're like, I can really taste it. You move on, like that sucks. Like, you
Like,
know
yep,
you hate
you've
what you're
ruined
putting in
this
your
ice
face.
cream
Yeah.
the way
Yeah.
we told you to.
Yeah, like that sucks. What are you doing?
So we got two comments. We never get comments. They're both from Danielle Wrigley.
On
And
Facebook?
one is
Nice.
Mark.
Hi, Danielle.
Shut up, Eric.
Yeah, no, kind of. She says Mark Strong is British, Jeremy Strong is from Boston. So thanks, Danielle. I'm glad that you know
Okay.
the difference, because we didn't until we
starting to sink
Wikipedia'd
in.
it. Yeah, yeah.
I
so
like
thank
Mark.
you.
I didn't care for Jeremy in that
Yeah.
one movie, right?
Danielle, can you
Yes,
tell us
yes.
where, if you're still watching, can you tell us where Jesse Eisenberg is from? We need to know that too.
He's
From
Boston,
the
I think.
toilet.
Yeah. Oh. Wah, wah.
He's got a good movie. He's well, there's two movies that I like of his. The first one, Zombieland. I don't not hate him in Zombieland. I think
I
he's
liked him the first time, and then
Yeah.
I rewatched it and went, "Oh, I have to listen to his voice." Ooh.
But there's a movie
Mm.
called shoot, it's
American
called like
Ultra.
it's called like the art. No, not that one. That one's
Oh, the art of.
it's like the art of
self-defense?
killing or the art of self-defense or something like that, which is
Right.
like a super dark humor indie that I bought just on site. I didn't even watch it, and people are like, you have to own and or watch this, and it's it's bonkers, man. But he's really good in that too, and it's like
Okay,
it
yeah.
perfectly fits into his just general awkwardness. Like he doesn't work very hard to be awkward in it.
Yeah.
But then
right.
the plot and story are so additionally awkward as well that you're just like, oh god, this is it's like that cringe good, like, oh, this is so good, but oh god.
Mhm.
Danielle
Yeah.
Danielle says, good point on GG, Eric.
Who?
What's
GG?
GG?
What did
Good
I
Good
game?
say?
point on GG, Eric. I don't
Danielle, if you're there, there's a 30-second delay between you typing and us speaking.
know. Oh,
so
yeah, yeah.
you
that's
got to
true.
jump ahead.
What
on
were you
that.
talking about? That was that.
Well, let's go to Donald Duck for the replay. Oh, now I remember. Thank you, Donald.
Oh, good. I gotcha. Maybe Guardians of the Galaxy. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah. I don't know. It's funny because
Yeah, that could be.
it's
That was a
just
while ago.
it's very rare that any of us make a good
Right.
point on anything. So
Monday, Thursday, Bake Off Spectacular.
yeah, yeah.
All right.
Nice.
We need you to create
Final challenge.
the stony tomb, but it has to be edible. And go.
Oh,
And
that's
it needs to
another
have
one.
Sea urchin. Pew, 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 pew.
Out of sea
And they bring in a top, or was it, what was that show?
Iron Chef.
Iron Chef.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Another thing I love on the baking stuff is when they're challenged with making an armature of some sort. So like they want to build like a
Mhm.
let's say the theme was like fairy tale, and they want to do like Jack and the Beanstalk. So they'll build the little cake Jack, and then they'll use like PVC pipes to make like a beanstalk, and then they'll put a giant on it, and it always crumbles because they're always just using like these tiny little dowel rods and then adding like 40 pounds of food on it.
Yeah. And then fondant and fondant
always
and
that.
more fondant.
And they're always just like, it's gonna fall. Like, yeah, I'm not gonna.
Because then they always have to pick it up and move it for no reason.
That's so funny that you guys have seen all of these things, and I just have no idea.
This crap has been in the background while I've worked on a bazillion projects.
Oh, that's awesome.
Probably everything the Blue Man Group used to touch before they disappeared.
Yeah.
Had a little bit of
Blue Men in
Christmas baking show.
Afghanistan putting on a show going and touching stuff that I made while I was watching.
Ooh.
The Great British Bake Off.
Yeah. I was going to come up with another inappropriate holiday to make a baking competition out of.
Oh, that's great. I love it.
No, they would do Veterans Day, and people would try not to think that it was offensive.
Just do.
We did the flag at Iwo Jima with fondant and strawberry.
I always thought it was fondant, and I heard all the people on the show saying fondant. Have I been wrong this whole time?
I
What?
think it's
Am I
like
saying
a
it wrong?
tomato type thing. It's just a enunciation.
No, everyone's calling it fondant. I was like, all
It's
right.
not like my
All right,
year-long like multiple mistakes of saying that my favorite cookie is the macaroon, and it's actually the macaron with one O.
Yeah,
not
but
two.
we don't call it that. That's dumb.
It's actually President Macron.
Macaron.
Can we?
Properly.
Let's throw it to Donald Duck. What is it, Donald?
Oh, God.
Donald, can you? Yeah, can you come on in here? Okay, 1 second. Okay, here he comes, everybody. It's Donald Duck.
All right, so macaroon. Nice. All right, thank you, Donald. Appreciate it.
Now he's pissed off again.
Yeah, well, because you don't have any macaroons. He thought you had them.
Yeah, I get you. Yeah, I get why now.
The old
he's
bait and
pissed
switch.
off.
He's
Yeah,
testy.
the old bait and
He's
switch with
testy tonight.
macaroons and Donald Duck.
It's a silly goose.
I think he's a Nazi sympathizer. Don't tell him.
Doesn't wear pants.
I won't
He's
tell
in the
him.
Navy and he doesn't wear pants. Come on now.
I mean, he's a duck, yet I see him goose stepping everywhere.
Ducks don't have knees.
So, kind of.
Fair point. But he's got an elbow. And
That wing is just out.
as erect as a 13-year-old boy watching Power Rangers. Nico knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah, Power Rangers at his house was Boner City. I remember that.
I'd take a nap after that show.
Next
And a
week.
shower.
Next week I'll be able to show you guys the Die Hard Funkos.
They come
Oh,
in.
they're coming.
I got the McLean one, the special edition from Target.
Nice.
But yeah, the
Really?
four
That's a
originals
Target
show up.
exclusive.
Yeah, the other four show up this weekend. So I can
Nice.
show you that.
I may have a little gift that needs to get sent to you, Nico.
Oh,
That I found at Target that was not sold at my Target, but it was returned there.
really?
Oh.
Did you
Wow.
steal it?
5-finger
Hey,
discount.
Donald, get in here! No, because they just were like clearance. Oh, what are we gonna do with this crap?
Nice. Nice.
Wow, that's great. So
what else?
it's a terrible gift because it was on
It's
clearance.
a couple fellas. I know it's. I said,
I don't
well,
care.
I am cheap. I'm a cheap
JK.
person. But I went, oh, these are a good grab.
Well, you're sending gifts to Nico. He's sending stuff to you. What do I get? How come I don't get anything?
I know it's true.
I haven't
Ask some
found
questions to
anything.
Donald, please.
I haven't found anything necessarily that has jumped out for me for you. I also know that you're not a very clutter person. If you look at our the three of our backgrounds,
Yeah.
you possess
This is
a
as
very
cluttered as it
minimalist-
gets right now. Oh, I did get this, and did I show you this? I ordered just the baby
wait.
Yoda. Yeah. So he's
Oh,
all
nice.
by himself.
Nothing but baby.
Is that a frog? Oh, hate that.
the
Yeah, it's
frog
got a
eating.
frog in the little
hate
cup.
that.
Why would you hit the frog? That's a great little touch.
That
what's wrong with it?
episode in particular, it's not necessarily the frog that I hate. It's just the episode where he's chewing through the eggs.
Yeah.
I can't stand that episode.
Oh, that was not a good episode.
I'm not sure why it bugs me so much. It just really does.
That
You
he
didn't
ate
think
eggs.
we would have such an abortion rights subtext in one of the Mandalorians?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean,
I was as surprised as anyone.
honestly, the Mandalorian, like Lucasfilm, should probably cancel.
Roe versus Wade, more like Fish Roe versus Baby Yoda.
The Grogu.
That was good.
I was like, I'm stopping that one.
Yeah. Fish Row versus Wade Wilson.
Wade
Good,
Wilson.
good stuff.
Little Deadpool.
Yeah. But you know what I did watch in the background as I wrote a YouTube video was the Biggie Smalls documentary on the Netflix. Just came out a couple weeks ago, maybe. It was fine.
Was it a real, like, was it a documentary footage movie, or was it like the movie that was about?
No, it's documentary.
Tupac?
When I said documentary, yeah, it was a documentary. So yeah.
Gotta clarify, because sometimes you think you're watching a documentary, and all of a sudden it's like, wait, that's no.
Yeah, no. But the
one
thing
big
about
reenactment?
all the documentaries right now, so they did have this kind of like cool way that they shot the interviews. They had like a camera that was probably on like a mechanized jib that just kind of went in and out. So it created some cool like looks to the interviews. But every interview right now, or every
Fast.
yeah, it was super fast. It felt like you were on a roller coaster. They're just linear. It's just guy was born, guy was murdered, the end.
Credits.
Yeah, they're all the same. So it's literally nothing I couldn't read on Wikipedia. And so I just don't really understand the point of these documentaries. The Tiger one, the thing that we watched the Britney thing a while back.
Say Britney.
Yeah, and it's just awful. They're just linear, point A to point B. Like I didn't learn anything. I don't get it.
Yeah.
Now, like, who? I guess the question then becomes: is it just some random person that has the idea and is like, I'm gonna make a documentary of a thing, but I'm a student and UCLA and I don't know what I'm doing, and they're like, oh well, this is like a pop culture thing, so it's
because like the Britney one was by the New York Times. It's a documentary series that they have. The Tiger one was produced by Alex Gibney, who's like a super famous, like really famous documentary guy. So it's just like so I don't get it. I don't understand why I don't know if they're being made at a time where, and then now they're just like content. Like we just got to pump it out. Don't make it interesting. Doesn't matter. Right. I don't know because they're not interesting. Because Gibney, his whole thing was his stuff was very provocative and interesting. He produced the Slender Man documentary. Have you seen that on
Not
HBO?
yet.
I haven't watched.
Yeah, and see that one is really interesting because they kind of shot it. Feels a little bit behind the scenes, but the B-roll narrative stuff is really interesting and kind of stylistic. So that was great. But yeah, I don't know, man.
And I heard that behind the scenes, Slender Man's a real prankster.
He is. Can't find him. Yeah, he's hard to find.
Oh, God.
Regular Where's Waldo over here.
Yeah, I know. It's great. But you guys watched anything else this week or recently?
Yeah,
I watched.
did finish up the Wanda Vision.
The Wanda.
Yeah,
Nice.
finished WandaVision.
No.
Wanda.
Really impressed with that. It's funny listening to our podcast and then having this stuff that we conjecture about and then actually listening to it at the end. So yeah, we were talking about WandaVision, and I think the last one I heard was I was trying to explain it or what I knew about it, and then now listening to it now after it's over, seeing like how right or wrong we were, I thought it was really good. I thought it ended up super good. I have a friend. That
No, you don't.
he also watched
Liar.
it, but he came at it from a different point of view where he actually had lost his spouse. So he thought it was a phenomenal take on what grief can look like and what grief can manifest, and then what that would look like when you're enhanced, you know, and that it had, he said there's a lot of stuff that he, you know, he felt like he wanted to change the world around him to make him feel better, but, you know, couldn't really do it, you know, stuff like that. So it was really interesting to,
he had no control
from that perspective of having it actually ring so true to him, which one could argue that some stuff that is made that is supposed to elicit certain responses just misses the mark completely, and then the people having those experiences hate it because it's like, that's not me, that's I never felt that way, what are you trying to do? You know, he said the opposite. He's like, this one is like, it hit home of how like that the power of grief and what it can and can't do to you, and how you can be in control and out of control at the same time. I also love that it's almost like the people making WandaVision can hear the internet. And what I mean by that is they had all this stuff with like a Mephisto poster and the cicada walking around, all this stuff. I was like, oh, this is definitely what this is. And then in the last episode, they have Agatha feeds the cicada to her bunny. And it's like, well, just kidding, internet. Sorry about you. I know you guys put a lot of research into that, but nope.
Yeah, just trolling people. They're like, let's throw these Easter eggs in, and yeah, people will run with it.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
Because to its credit, it's a once a week release show, so people get to.
Yeah, but it's over now, right? Like that was the series finale.
Yeah,
and then they're gonna kick off.
Oh, really? That's it?
Winter Soldier and Falcon supposed to start up here.
Falcor and the Winter Snoozer. I have no interest so far. So it's probably the best thing going for it.
Yeah.
I have zero expectations.
I think the trailers that I've seen look really good. Looks like it could be really fun, so we'll see if it turns out.
They haven't done anything in my mind to dissuade me from giving anything they put out a chance.
Right.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know to trust them more and go, okay.
Yeah, I don't think anything is going to be as shallow as like something from like DC might turn out to be. AKA
DC.
Wonder Woman 84.
I don't know, man.
And then we watched I think it's an older series that came out around Christmas time. We watched Your Honor on Showtime.
Oh yeah.
Starring Bryan Cranston. He's a judge whose son gets into a car accident with the local mafia boss's son and kills him, but flees the scene. And so he's trying to cover up this incident, but then it obviously gets very tangled very quickly. It was really good. I liked it. I thought it was really, really good. I think this is one of the first series that I've rated on my system. And I gave it a 4 because I would nominate it, but it did have some flaws where there's a lot of the I'm smarter than you type stuff in there, which intrigues me. I think is really, really interesting stuff. But when it's so implausibly I'm smarter than you that you're like, no, not even in a fake world does that work. You know, like that idea works for 5 minutes and then it falls apart in a half an hour kind of thing. There's a couple of those where like, this is nope, that's not like, so I'll give you an example. So the accident occurs on October 9th and he finds out about it. And then being a judge, he takes his son to where they would have been on the 9th, but they go there on October 10th. And then there's like a veteran sitting out front and he's just a total a-hole to him. And the kid goes, Dad, why were you so mean to him? He's like, some drunk veteran's not going to remember the date, but he's absolutely going to remember the kid and his son. And then later on, you come to find out that like, no, that veteran had something happen on October 10th. So he knew exactly. And you're like, all right.
Yeah.
Now, come
I
on.
was there because I was remembering this day in history. And
it was kind of one of those.
Day
yeah.
lives in infamy. And you're like, oh.
Exactly. So you're like,
Bryan Cranston
all
go,
right.
oh, in like the back of the car.
He had
Or
some of
up on
those.
the- on this, because he's a judge, right?
Yeah, he's
like
a judge.
Circuit judge? He's
Yeah.
kind of high up, right?
Yeah, he is. Well, he handles a bunch of cases too. He's got I'm not 100% sure how this works in a judicial districts. I know they're all different too, but it seems like one day he's got like a caseload. He's got like 50 cases to process. And then one day he's managing a murder trial, which is definitely a more than that's a more than one day process. So I'm not 100% sure how that works. But they apparently didn't think it mattered either. So
Well, there's probably whatever gets kicked to them. I'm sure there's all this little tiny crap, but that they just have to like clear out calendar days and go, okay, you gotta do all these backlogs that are quick.
right, yeah, I got 40
'em
speeding
out.
tickets I need to punch through right now.
Yeah. I'm sure that was King Solomon. Yeah.
It's an interesting thought though too about show. I was thinking about that today about just when you watch a show and you have that thing where you're just like, wait a second, like that doesn't follow, that doesn't work, because you know that there's writers' rooms for all these shows, and so they've walked through all of the plausible deniability and all the things that couldn't work in there. But you wonder like, how does it still get through? And I just think that, I don't know, maybe it's just they think that it's more powerful to leave it at the door, I guess. So when the big reveal is, like you said, that thing, it's just like, it's more powerful than if we didn't do it or whatever. You just kind of have to like leave reason at the door a little
Right,
bit.
because plot works kind of sometimes as its own thing. That's why, so often when people are like, in movies, like, we're going to strive to do all of this, that, the other thing. At the end of the day, they're like, oh, that didn't help tell the story, so we got to kind of ditch it.
Yeah.
And it was interesting too, because their lie about going to the cemetery on that day was busted like at least once before that by a different party
by all the goth kids.
Right.
I forgot about the goth kids. They're always hanging out at the cemetery.
But yeah, they tried to
been at Denny's.
They tried to tie it
cigarettes.
to a very specific day in their life, not thinking that other people would have the same significant day, and that's where it fell apart. And then they had the veteran, and so there was some of that stuff where you're just like, yeah, no, that's not going to get you there. And then some of the stuff they did where you had to just come up with the answer like on the fly. But then there's one where they're at dinner and there's a bloody cloth and the dog finds it and the detective goes, wait, is that blood? And he just goes, if we could all just take a moment to think about, it's like, no, that detective's gonna be like, yeah, but is that blood? She's not just gonna be like, let's move on, you're right, let's move on. So stuff like that, you're just like, all right.
Yeah.
What's this on? What's
Showtime?
I thought it was like HBO. Was it Showtime? Oh.
Yeah.
God, I can't keep them straight. I've got too many of them. I don't even know why I still have I got
it's a
Hulu
bundle.
and
I
Disney
can't get enough of that Quibbly.
and ESPN. Yeah.
What was that?
Quibi.
Quibi.
But then on Apple TV, the Paramount Plus got auto loaded because usually you can pick your apps, which I'll take it off. But there's just another thing where I push it just to see what would come up, because sometimes there's previews or stuff you can watch with ads, but you have to pay for it, $10 a month or whatever. It's like, how could I have another one? I can't. I don't even have time for. I mean, I almost want to stop my subscription to Netflix only because I never watch anything, and it's like $20 a month now.
Yeah,
It's I just don't have any time to watch anything, so I'm like, I don't even need Netflix anymore.
Well, Netflix is kind of losing. I mean, they're stuck unless you want to go find a stand-up or something.
Yeah.
It's like, what do you go to Netflix for anymore if it's not Stranger Things season 30?
Yeah. Well, they just put up a bunch of movies, like a bunch of good movies I just saw last night, but I haven't logged into Netflix in weeks, so I'm almost
Freddy
like,
got fingered.
yeah,
Is that
yeah, that's the one.
what you've been
I should probably just
chomping at
cancel
the
it.
bit to watch?
'Cause I got the Hulu machine, which I never watch, but I only have that because it's $1.99 with the Disney bundle or whatever.
Yeah.
And HBO is what I usually go to, so it's like, I just got no time for it
Now,
anyways.
the one thing is, if Paramount Plus also included CBS All Access, and they were
I thought that was the
bundling
point.
CBS, is that what they're doing? Because that's, I think, the only way it might work.
know.
Because CBS All Access, I can't imagine is pulling in anything real substantial beyond people get it for free to watch Picard.
Yeah. And then 4 episodes in, you're like, I don't need this show in my
And
life.
they're like, I'm good.
Yeah. It was not good.
Back to Quibbly for me.
Watching Quibbies all day long. Oh, I did watch
Quibbly
though.
down under.
I guess this was on Netflix, wasn't it? Yeah, unfortunately. On the plane ride 2 weeks ago when I was going out to Texas for this commercial. What was it called? It was a documentary about an art scandal, late 90s, early 2000s.
Is it that my kid can paint this?
No.
All right.
What's it called? I'll look it up for. But so essentially like an art house, like think kind of like a Sotheby's, but like just art, and they were like a broker, so they would buy art from the owners, and then they would either auction it or sell it to their private buyers. And this was like in the late-ish 90s, and this lady kind of showed up, and she had a very famous artist's painting, and she was kind of mysterious and this and that. Anyways, ends up over the course of a few years selling like $80 million worth of art to this art house that's then turned over for, $200 million in art. And turns out they were all painted by this Chinese painter in the Bronx that this lady hired, who he was a famous painter in China, moved to the US to get famous, didn't, but was really good at painting in the style of other painters.
Oh, so she's a forger.
Yeah, which is a huge business to begin with, where you can buy paintings of pretty much anything on Amazon, that are, reproductions. So he just knew how to do it, but they went so far as to buy canvases from the era and things like that. But the way they started getting caught was because
that were used.
Yeah, but that's how they got caught. Was he had a Jackson Pollock that a private
They matched the semen.
Right. Yeah, the DNA, they couldn't check it.
Semen doesn't match.
Yeah. But they checked, and there was a pigment on there that didn't come out until 5 years after he died or whatever.
Yeah, okay. There
So
we go.
yeah, but
They
what
took
was
a shortcut and they got caught.
yeah, but what was crazy is the lady who was the buyer was a lot of people in the art world think she was in on it, and she definitely wasn't at first, and maybe she was. I don't think she was. I think that she just got so wrapped up in being the person who discovered all of these Rothko and Pollock and all of these artists, these works that people didn't know about, because she was crazy famous because of that, because she was like selling all of these one-offs that
Now,
no one had
where
ever
did
seen.
she say she was getting them from? She just walked into a warehouse and bazunga, there it was?
I know.
What's her story?
She said that she was the caretaker for a family in Mexico who lived in the U.S., and that's when they bought all the paintings in the 60s, because it was all Impressionist paintings.
Okay.
Or surrealists, or what was Jackson Pollock? Whatever him and Rothko, those
That
guys
era.
in the 60s. So what was happening in the 60s
abstract.
were all these guys were actually famous in the 60s, but the thing is they were selling their paintings for like $6,000, $8,000, $12,000. So not low amounts of money, but it wasn't until after they died they started selling for millions. Yeah.
That's how it works for artists.
Yeah.
You get big when you die.
Exactly. So this lady was claiming that it was her friend passed away. The friend's son doesn't care about art, so he's selling the artwork off.
He's offloading it because he don't want it.
And it was a great ploy because you can only, sell so much without getting taxed and yada yada yada. So she was only giving her 2 or 3 paintings per year. But then the thing is, like, somebody bought this Pollock, and he said, I'm just gonna have it verified one more time by a completely independent Pollock expert. And this lady was just like, this isn't Jackson Pollock. Like, what's wrong with you? This is absolutely, definitely 100% not him. Also, we checked the semen, and it is not his. So it was like they proved it.
His is not as salty as you think.
But this lady at the brokerage was so dead set on it that she told the guy who bought it, who wanted his money back, don't worry, what if I just find you a different buyer? Like, she wasn't even willing to look at whether this was real or not because she was making so much money off
She's
of
gonna
it.
offload it.
Yeah, because she was making like, I think her salary was like 300 grand, which is not nothing, but she got like 10% of each sale. So on top of that, when you're selling $80 million worth of art, it's another $8 million on top of that, you know? So
Stupid money.
it was really good though. Really, really interesting. They tried to track down the artist, and they found him in China, but he didn't want to talk to them. So yeah, very interesting.
It was just like him opening a door and then closing it right away.
It was, well, no, it was
Camera
his
type of
his
stuff.
wife she did that thing. She's like, no, he know to talk to you, and then close the door.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Thrilling television.
The art world is interesting.
Pretty wacky.
The documentary I was talking about that you asked and I responded, I think it's called "My Kid Could Paint That."
Oh yeah.
It's about a story
this one.
where there was it was pitched as a child prodigy would paint these enormous landscapes, surrealistic landscape, abstract landscapes, and then it hit the art world and just exploded. 50 grand, 100 grand, just kept going up and up and up and up and up. And then especially because they found it, they're like, oh, it's a child. And then the guy who was doing the documentary about the child, and then I think like at the 45-minute mark or something like that, you meet the family and stuff, but there's the mom and the dad, and then the girl who's the painter, and then the little brother. And these kids are innocent little kids, right? And so the documentary guy is asking her, he's like, so what's your favorite part about like green water, blue flowers, or something like that? And she's like, it's because Billy painted it. And he's like, I'm sorry, what? And the dad's like, oh no, she painted it. It's just sometimes they paint together. And then it was like, wait,
She's like George Costanza. She calls herself Billy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you start to go down this road of like, because I guess both the mom and the dad are artists as well. And then they know like the gallery owner, kind of same exact thing where like they know the inn. So it's like, did they set up this whole thing where like the parents
That's crazy.
may have done the work, but then said the kid did it? Because then they even did a thing where they put a camera in a room and a bunch of paint and said, just paint something. And the little girl just made like mud on the canvas. And they're like, I don't,
Oh,
yeah.
she's moving into new territory. Wow.
Right.
It's
But
her
then-
mud period.
But then my favorite of favoriteest moments is when they're at the gallery and they're listening to people talk about the paintings.
Yeah.
It's the most,
I love it.
so far up your own ass
Yep.
dialogue you've
beautiful.
ever heard. We're just like, listen, I'm not going to say that you're not seeing that stuff, but I'm not 200 grand seeing that stuff.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing in here that's gonna be like, wow, I must pay a mortgage to own this.
Yeah.
Get out of here, man.
That's how the catfish documentary starts.
Right.
Did you guys see that
right.
one? Yeah. Was that exact same thing where it was supposedly like an 8-year-old girl who was painting all of these amazing paintings and drawings.
Yeah.
And then when they go to meet her, he's like, so how much do you like painting? She's like, I don't paint. And he was like, what? Sort of thing. So even though he already kind of knew that's what was going on.
Mommy, trick you.
Yeah.
Go, "Wow,
Yeah.
You're
So that's it.
creepy, little girl.
I'll have to check out that
Mommy, trick
documentary
you."
Yeah.
because it sounds
That's
good. Because that
Made You
one
Look.
sounds good. Is that what it's called?
Made You Look, yeah.
Okay, that one's good. And then, like I said, my kid could paint that. But then I went on like an art documentary kick at one point. I don't know if you guys have seen Exit Through the Gift Shop, the one
yeah.
about Banksy.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
Of it, I didn't watch
Oh man, that's
it.
some.
I mean, Banks. Yeah, that's like the height of. It's the height of what it takes to be hot
Yeah.
shit in the art world. It's like it's so far
Yeah.
past. Like, yeah, people are literally. I should probably make garbage, and then say, you know how this was made? I stuck a paintbrush in a donkey's ass and it backed up into the canvas and it made this, and people go, 100,000, and you'd be
Yeah.
like, oh, I hate people.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You have
that's
some
where we're
strong
at. What are you gonna
feelings.
do? So Banksy comes along and everyone's like, this is the next step. The anonymous artist.
Mhm.
Wow, we're Twitter pated.
Yeah.
It's like
My favorite part about
Yeah.
that documentary though is the twist. The twist in the documentary. I guess it's been a bit, so I'll spoil it.
Nah, that's fine.
But
Spoil it away.
so exit through the gift shop. You get introduced to a young. He's not young. Young in the field, street director who he's in the skateboarding scene and starts to notice all this urban art showing up. So he starts filming it and is like, I'm a filmmaker, I'm going to do it. And then he gets exposed to Banksy's work. And he's like, oh, this is admittedly another level of work.
Sure.
So he's like, follows him around, says he's going to film him, da 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 da. And then he's like, and now I want to show you what I've done. And it's trash. The movie that this guy put together is hot garbage, and it cuts right to Banksy, and he looks straight at the camera, and he's in like the witness protection thing. He's like, and that's when I took over. And then then you realize that the whole documentary itself was made by Banksy, and you don't know if it was intentional or if he really did pick it up after like the first draft of this guy who was like, let me show you my work, and Banksy had enough like artistic credit to be like, you're fired. Get out. Like, I'm gonna do this thing. But it's that's like the twist, is that the whole time you're watching Banksy's version of the documentary on Banksy that you think is being created by this other guy.
Well,
It was
wasn't
Banksy, ha la la.
wasn't the
right.
other guy though? Unless I'm mixing it up with another documentary, that the other guy became an
You're
artist
thinking
himself.
of Spanksy.
Yeah, he
Spanksy.
tried. He's like,
Yeah.
everyone's doing this. It's not that hard. I can do it too.
Yeah, yeah.
And he started doing it, and his stuff was just like a hodgepodge, like a hot mess.
But it sold, and
Of
he
course it
became
did.
extremely like popular, which was what the whole point
infuriating
is.
part.
What I think is really interesting. I went to this artist collective in Fort Collins last weekend. That just had, every like a bunch of different types of artists selling their stuff in their little corners, and yeah, it's really interesting because you can tell good stuff by bad stuff, obviously. And you're walking through and you're like, this person has some ability, but it's not that good. And then the next guy over here is like really good, and you can tell. And then there are those pieces that just for whatever reason just kind of speak to you, like you said. And this one guy's art, he was a painter, and he's selling his original stuff. And this painting was pretty big, probably like 24 by 36 or whatever, and pretty big canvas. And and it was called Space Panda, and it was just a panda in a astronaut suit. But his technique was super cool and very, very rough, and you can tell he paints with some, what do you call the flat
Palette knife.
Yeah, palette knife. And so it's really good. And it's like $750 for the painting. But then he does a bunch of prints and stuff like that. But it was fascinating to me to walk through and see all levels of competency and skill and ability.
Right.
But it's all not objectively, you can walk through and say, this art speaks to me, this art doesn't, this is good, this is bad. But you can also be manipulated by the story. And when the story is, this was made by a 6-year-old girl, that manipulates how you see the piece of art as well. Or like with that other documentary, like Mark Rothko, I think, is a really interesting artist because most of his work was just squares. He just painted squares. That's all he did. But for some reason, it's really captivating and really interesting. At least it is to me. And so when the fake Rothko showed up, the Rothko expert, like the guy who literally wrote the book on him, looked at it and was just like, "It's masterful. It's perfect. It's an exact. This is like the quintessential Mark Rothko."
Whoops.
But what that says is that you're going to see what you want to see, A. If you're presuming that it is, then it's going to be. But B, it's like everybody has ability. We all have, like, the difference between Mark Rothko and the guy who did the exact reproduction, in some ways, the guy who did the reproduction is maybe even a better artist.
It's better.
Because he could do Jackson Pollock and other artists as well in a convincing manner. So that's what's interesting
He's
about
the
that.
guy that's like mimicking some amazing rock guitarist, and that amazing rock guitarist didn't know how to read music, but he knew how to play from his heart. And everyone
Right.
goes, I love it. And then the technician comes along
Yeah.
and plays the same thing, and people go, that's amazing. And the guy's like, yeah, because I studied.
Yeah. Yeah. Because it's
Now I got
skill.
to copy that guy with the heart. You love the heart, but I get the technique, so I can recreate the heart.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really interesting. But that's what makes
Yeah,
art
it takes
wonderful.
a Rothko to make that minimalism like this new thing that people go, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the genius, is the person who comes up with the idea that rocks the world.
Yeah.
Yep.
Someone coming along and mimicking it, that's easy.
Yeah. I mean, it's a whole thing right now too with well, we don't have to get into it, but digging into the whole crypto art scene now.
Uh-oh,
shake
I
your
know.
head.
Right when you said you went to an art collective or a bazaar, I
Yeah.
was like, uh-oh.
Yeah. Well, that was just happened. It was like very it's just an old town in Fort Collins, so it's like one of those.
Just some
Yeah, it's a fun
NFTs.
thing to do.
Yeah. But yeah, the old
Fun little day date.
NFTs, because this dude, like Beeple and artists like that who are selling their digital art right now for millions and millions of dollars. It's just it's fascinating to watch.
It's insane.
Because most people are buying the stuff in the hopes that it'll be worth a ton, because this is early days of something that nobody really knows much about right now. So owning the first NFT by the most famous digital artist ever, which probably what he'll be soon, is gonna be worth something, but people are probably potentially overpaying for it at the moment. But it's interesting.
Guaranteed overpay.
It's very interesting.
But,
But
it's exhausting stuff, man.
yeah, I love it. I love it. I got
I
the
know you
crypto
do.
video coming out on Monday. Yeah, I'm excited.
Oh,
Yeah. Been
Are
working
you
on it
gonna
all day.
start? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get my money, and then I'm gonna get 4 of my friends, and then they're gonna get 4 of their friends.
I'm gonna tell them
And
it's
they're
basically in
gonna-
the shape of a triangle, but
Yeah, it's just all the money just does
yeah,
the.
it funnels down to me.
Turn it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just
was that
watch
the
it.
office? Yeah, where they're like,
Yeah.
Michael, this is a no, and he draws the thing, and then someone just goes up with a marker and draws a triangle around what Michael drew.
Yep.
I've never watched that show.
It's God's moments. You don't need to watch the whole thing.
Yeah. I gotta send you my. I decided on my thumbnail though, so I'm digging.
Are
the
you
thumbnail.
doing another
Crypto thumbnail?
clickbait thumbnail?
No, I don't think it'll be clickbaity.
Will it be Warren Beatty?
Yes. Nice.
Your last one was. I was so proud and disgusted at the same time.
Yeah, well, but that's the thing. I'm trying.
The money in the camera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For like the first 2 years of the YouTube channel, I really decided I wanted to do it one way, and it was going to just kind of do the opposite of all the things. And so I decided this year I'm going to try at the very least 1 video a week, but to try some of the YouTube-y things. I just want to see what happens,
Oh yeah, no.
So,
There's
little
it's,
clickbait,
like I said,
asking people to
that's why I
subscribe.
was.
Yeah.
That's why I was so proud and disgusted
Yeah.
because like I saw it. I saw your thumbnail with like the cash in the camera,
Yeah.
big smile. And it's like,
Yeah.
how did I turn $1,500 into $11,000?
Yeah.
Like, all right.
But every YouTube video is the same in the sense that it's always that. It's always, how did I do this? And then it's always like, I saved my money. It was like actual
most of the times
principles.
the
so
content is
Yeah.
garbage, but your
Yeah.
content's actually really good.
I hope so. That makes
No,
me
I
feel
thought
good
it was.
if it is. If it is good.
I knew it was clickbait when I clicked in it, but I clicked on it only because I knew there was gonna be real knowledge
Yeah.
behind it,
Trying
and
to,
not
anyways.
just like, I ate this and guess what happened to me? Like,
Yeah.
nothing.
Yeah. Because once I get to the, what is it? So probably April 4th. Yeah. So January, February, March. I'll probably do a video of like I worked out every day for 3 months and this is what happened. So it'll be like that kind of thing. But you're gonna see actual results. And so these are the things I ate. Yeah, I'm doing all the things, man. I'm going.
You're gonna
I'm
get
going
like,
in.
blocked for porn.
Yeah. I hope not.
Too much
Maybe I hope
skin.
so. Well, I don't know if I should. I'll show my abs.
So this is what I honestly want to see from because there's like, I hate all the I did this for a month and I got ripped and all that stuff. I hate
Right.
that stuff because it's like, I would love to see somebody create a workout video system inside a crowded gym. Because
Mhm.
when you have all the weights at home, or you
Yeah.
have all the access in the world,
Mhm.
you can do whatever workout system you want to do. I want to see somebody make the crowded gym workout.
Oh, okay. That makes
Because
sense.
like
That's interesting.
realistically, it's like you go in there and you might get a bench so you're going to need to grab 2 to 3 weights maximum, but do a workout on a bench, because you're not going to be able to like cycle through all the machines, especially now with like the pandemic. Like you got to wipe it down.
Yeah, sure.
So it's like, like I said, that's just a video I would like to see,
Mhm.
is the crowded gym workout. Like how to do, because there's 2 types, right? There's a full body in a day, and then there's a circuit in a day, right? Where you just do like shoulders and back.
Mhm.
Like I'm thinking like the
That's all
P90X
I
world.
do. Yeah.
Like P90X world has shoulders and back, biceps and triceps, legs, and then it mixes in like a plyo day and a yoga day and something like that. That's their system, right? Is you do the circuit training for 30, and then it switches to like biceps and back, and then chest and shoulders, and so it shifts the workouts a little bit. But again, you can do that at home. You have your own workout system at home. But if you try to translate into a busy gym, it's impossible, because like I said, you're gonna get maybe a flat bench or maybe an incline bench, and you gotta
well, but that's the thing though, is it's not impossible, and that's a great idea, because that's how I, like, when I initially lost a bunch of weight, that's how I actually did it. Was I had the thing like my day. So my day today was let's just call it chest and back, and my typical workout would be bench and this, and then one other thing and this. So I walk into the gym, it's packed. Everything that I would normally use is being used.
Right.
What do I do today? What do I do to get the same workout? But, and I would always get the same workout, just different, stuff. So that's an excellent idea.
No, and like I said,
Until they yell, Matt, you can't crawl up there.
Yeah.
You got to come
sir,
down, buddy.
Sir, I'm gonna need you to, sir. That's not for, sir. No.
There was a dude at the gym I went to, one of the gyms I went to in LA, who his workout, and you'd see him all the time there, and I don't know why no one ever told him to stop or to leave. He would parkour all over the gym, just like jump onto a banister, and then he would just jump onto a bench, and like that was his thing. And I don't know how he got away with it.
He's probably the owner.
Yeah, he must have been somebody's
probably.
son.
And they're like, everyone's like,
He pays 3 memberships. I mean, screw it.
It was that guy, and then the old man in the Superman shirt. He always had a Superman shirt on, and he had one crutch, and he would walk around with a crutch and just talk to people. That was his thing. And so I managed to.
Good for him.
That's how I developed my resting gym face, was so that he just would stay away from me. He usually talked to like the really ripped guys. I got headphones on, so this is good. I can't do it now.
Excuse me, sir. What are you done with that 10-pound? Can I? Nice.
if you can keep that face during Donald.
How's your workout today, buddy? And then he just walk away. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, Donald would kill it.
Yeah. So, but now, yeah, right. I do work out at home, so it changes the game a little bit, but.
Well, yeah, because you can get the full cycle and the different type of stuff
you want.
Yeah.
I'm just like I'm gray-haired elliptical guy. That's me.
Yeah.
I wear the same jacket because I want to get the recognition from the people behind the desk that like give you like the hello sir. So I wear the same jacket.
You want to be recognized.
I want to be, but
That's
by
weird.
the staff,
Mm-hmm.
not by anybody else. I don't care about anybody else, but I would like the hello from the staff just because
Mm-hmm.
whatever. But yeah, then I go up to the ellipticals and I work out in the same area every day, do my 5K, and
do you look back down at them?
Okay. What's up?
it depends on which row of ellipticals I'm in. Yeah, I can see it. Yeah, and then I do my little exit lap around the perimeter and I leave. But but part of my thing about the crowded gym stuff is that in the days in which I'm right on the edge and I can see down into like they call it the yard, into the yard. it's just like chaos, man.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like I try to look down in there and be like, okay, so in my head, if I was gonna grab like 3 weights and just do a circuit on a thing, is that even possible? And in like the 22 to 28 minutes that I'm there on the elliptical, I have yet to see it where I could like stake claim on a one single bench and do work. And then they've got along one wall, they've got an 8 station like a circuit system where it uses your own body weight plus some additional weights. And there's a chest press and like a shoulder pull and like a curl, and then there's like 2 leg things and an ab thing. So it's like this 8 station circuit that you kind of like start here, and it's like their 20-minute workout, and you just work your way down. Every single day there's always somebody just like camped out in station number 1. And you're like, oh god.
Yeah.
So then in my head I'm like, all right, we'll just start at station number 3. But then it's like, but then when it's time to come to station number 1, then it's just like,
it's nice not having that.
You just stare at
problem
somebody
anymore. Yeah. Well, that's usually how it was. My favorite one, and people still do this. See, because I go to the gym here in Fort Morgan every now and then to, because doing whatever work I'm doing, is the one where, any sort of cable machine where you can do like the chest presses or like the tricep pull down, like anything like that. So the 2 dangle balls for the tricep pull downs. The thing that just cracks me up is people they'll get on their knees and then they pull them right around their neck, and then they just go up and down on their knees. And I don't know what muscles they think they're working, but
they're not moving anything.
It's just not
like
a thing. Just going, just going up and down, killing your knees and your back mostly. That one's one of my favorite ones. Is the back pull down thing that doesn't do anything. Yeah, it cracks me up, but everybody does it. Oh, and my other favorite one is grabbing like 10-pound. Usually people do them with the actual plate weights, but they stand up. Let me see if I can do it from here, and they got the plate weights like hanging down, and then they just go like this. And that's another one where I'm just like, you're absolutely doing nothing, and in fact, you're actually probably hurting yourself, like hurting your back
adding
muscles
some
right
strain
now.
to your back.
Your upper back.
Those are my 2 favorite non-workouts that you see all the time.
I don't go to gyms ever, clearly.
Well, we only see it from the neck up.
That's right.
The way I like you.
Yeah. Or the waist down. But like I'll see, there's like 2 different women in my neighborhood that I'll like. I'm walking somewhere to a job when they're running, and they run in a way that I go, "You're destroying." Like I want to say, "Oh, right, stop."
Yeah, everything's going wrong.
You're destroying your joints. Like I've never seen anyone run in a way where from the front or behind I see this. I'm like, how are you doing that?
Yeah.
Like their legs go sideways when they run. I'm like,
I love that.
That looks horrible. It looks painful.
Dingle
like they
dangle.
never ran when they were kids, and then one day they were like, I'm gonna be a runner.
So great.
And
I used to back in the day when I used to run, I would see that quite a bit. People get behind people who are just and they're. If I see it out here though, a lot of people will be running around. Because I drive by the Rainbow Bridge every day, and so that's kind of it's a place where you see a lot of people.
Voice was a run.
Yeah,
that's what you're doing.
That's exactly what it is. Would you see the dingle dangle or the clumps? The people who are just like you're
stomping down.
Yeah,
on the ground.
All of your cartilage is leaving your body now.
Oh,
just
yeah,
so
I had
you
a
know.
guy run past me when I was walking to work, and I was like, "Oh, that's even worse than dangly legs."
Right.
Yeah, just coo into concrete.
That's why I swear by the bike, man. Nico, you want to start shedding it fast, man. Get on the bike, baby.
I was gonna get a bike, and I have no room.
Do you do a bicycle, or do you do like a recumbent?
No, what does a recumbent mean?
That's the one where you sit down and your legs are out front.
Oh no, it's
a
a stationary
How's your
spin bike?
How's your gooch?
Oh, it's good now. The first week it was rough, man. The taint
Did you go buy bicycle shorts?
Well, yeah.
With the padding?
Oh no. I just wear nothing.
He just puts Tampax with wings.
You just put that hot spandex on your taint and just beat the shit out of it.
Yeah. No, I never use anything. My butt's fine. You just builds up. You gotta build up. Whatever you call that.
A callus?
Yeah. You just gotta build up your hemorrhoids.
Taints of steel.
But that part of your body is not designed to have pressure like that.
Well, no, because the way I sit on the seat, I don't know how you use a seat, but I sit in the seat part. Yeah, it's just.
Oh,
Well,
you
there's your
actually
problem.
you put your hip bones back on the.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So my butt's on the padded part,
Yeah.
and then
No, there's so much stuff
thing
where
is in
it's
the
like,
front.
I'm not a kinesiology expert. I am not a biomechanical expert. But when you look at something, you're like, oh, that's wrong.
Yeah.
But you want to help somebody just just like as a global society, you want to be like, hey, that's killing you.
Yeah.
Like, so I've seen there's a guy on the bike this morning, which here's another fun pet peeve. So I go to unofficial sponsor EOS Fitness is who I go to. And they have a bunch of machines. They have a yellow dot and a blue dot in alternate. And they have a sign right out front that says, like, if you're using a machine, use this one. And it'll, like, today was like a blue dot today. It irks me to no end when in a row of like 10 machines, there's somebody on like the second yellow machine when it's a blue dot day. And it's not like it was crowded at any given point. And they're like, well, this is just the one that was available. It's like, it was wide open. And you were just like, nope, I'm going to use the other one because God, it pisses me off so much. I don't know what it is.
Bunch of.
It just irks me.
No
And then
good
it's like
time-wasting
general, like
sons of-
general good human policy. A couple will walk in and they want to work out side by side. That's fine. But then when they're done, they just walk. They don't like wipe the machines down. They just walk off.
Yeah,
But
it's
do they
gross.
need to bring their own tubs in and put their bare feet up?
Yeah, clearly hold hands
And-
with the C.
and
Alice
while-
commercial.
Oh,
Using dumbbells?
I don't know. It's that kind of stuff that like
a couple
I
workout. Ugh.
get the gym culture jokes now because I don't want to say I'm a gym rat type, but I get the jokes.
Mm-hmm.
I also get like the general frustrations too of things like, ugh, come on.
Ugh, humans? Ugh, no
Yeah.
thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah,
People.
no
That's really what
thanks.
this is about. We can just wrap this up into.
Oh, yeah.
humans? Ugh.
That's now been added to my Powerball list. Is if I win the Powerball, I'm gonna have a gym installed in my house just for me.
Yeah,
So I don't have to deal with people.
it's kind of what I did. Wasn't that expensive?
No, and it's the thoughts crossed my mind that if
The gym
our
doesn't
garage
mind.
was bigger, but it's not.
Yeah, that's worth it.
I don't
I
need
like
like
it.
one of those like $12,000 Nautilus systems or anything
No.
like that. You really don't.
No.
So I don't know.
What's your health worth to you, Nico? That's the real question.
Right now it's $12.99 a month.
Nice. There you go. Well, before we go, why don't we check in with Donald? See what he's up to. Donald, you got anything else to say before we go? You feeling good? What's
Oh,
that?
wait, he's busy. He said, "Hold on a minute.
Oh, okay. What's he
Baiting.
doing?
You'll be right here."
Okay, good.
Oh, hey, I hear him waddling. Hold on.
Hey, just parting thoughts? Anything, Donald?
Donald.
Language.
What?
That
Easy.
is
You're gonna get us banned, shadow
Donald.
banned from the YouTube. here.
Hey.
Hey,
Okay,
all
Donald,
right,
you
all
need
right.
to leave.
Yeah, get out of here. Sorry we asked, Donald. Jeez.
I am sorry, guys. Wow.
Is he staying with you right now?
Yes. He's on the
That's rough.
couch.
That's rough. He's on the couch, leaving feathers everywhere.
You should see the bathroom.
Right. Plug toilet. Only because he's swimming in it. Can't take a dump.
And talk about you're waiting for a machine. I'm waiting for the toilet.
He thinks it's a park in there.
He's in there like Scrooge McDuck in his coin vault.
Nice.
All right, everyone. Thanks for listening. Thank you for joining us on the live stream tonight. And when you have a second, if you like this, it would be great if you like the video and like the one on YouTube and subscribe to us on Apple or Spotify. We'll take either, really. And I promise that I will get us caught up on all the videos. I'm way behind. What's the last one on there, Nico?
We were talking about the
Land before time.
it was before the playoffs. We were talking about NFL stuff.
Oh, I haven't posted anything since the Super Bowl?
No.
Good night, everyone. All right, let me get on that. Yeah, I got to do that. I
think
got a
it
little
was-
time next week, so.
It was right before Wild Card Weekend because we were talking about what could happen in the Super Bowl.
Oh, is that when I predicted who would win the Super Bowl? Ugh.
Mhm. That would be it. That's a good thing I took notes because I can write down what everything's about.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Thanks for listening, and we will see you